So we're going to do 60 minutes this morning of an Ashtanga practice, modified practice, strong standing sequence, and followed by a modified seated sequence, and then into closing. All right, so we stand at the front of the mat, feet together, standing nice and tall, shoulders back and down. So just checking in with your posture. So that means engaging through your bandhas. You've got a root lock, which is mula bandha, so perineum, squeeze, and then uddiyana bandha, abdominal lock, deep abdominals, transverse abs. So we want to draw in and brace through your center. Take the hands up into prayer if you want, close the eyes if you want. And then the most important part of our practice is our breath, pranayama. So we have an ujjayi breath, okay, which is a conscious breath throughout the practice. Breathing through the nose and sounding the breath in the back of the throat. So a little bit of a Darth Vader style breathing. And you're directing that breath wide into the rib cage. So it's a lateral thoracic breath. So on the next in-breath, reach up to the ceiling with the hands and then fold down. So checking in as you fold, soften the knees where you need. Inhale, lift your chest, then flatten your hands, and then come down to chaturanga, exhale. Inhale to your up dog, back bending, and then tuck your toes into your down. So check your hands at the front of the mat, shoulder distance. Check your feet hip distance. And you could pedal those heels up and down. And all the while, breathing. And just checking in with the body for your first downward facing dog. So we're going to bring those feet back to hands, and then look up, inhale, chest lifts, then exhale, you're folding. And then reach up, inhale, and then return to Tadasana. Chin slightly tucked, shoulders back and down. Inhale, take it up. And exhale, fold, draw the abdominals in. Hands either side of your feet, inhale, lift the chest, flatten the hands, step or jump. So remember, you can always take knees down, exhale, chaturanga. Transition to your up dog, lift the chest, and then tuck the toes to down. So once again, fingers are spread wide. And then stretch the mat sideways to open up through the shoulders. Draw the abdominals deep in and breathe. So we're long in the spine, lengthening everything out through the back of the body, all the way down the back of the legs. And then look up, bring those feet back to your hands and inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward bend. And then inhale, reach it up. Follow your thumbs. And then return to Tadasana, chin is tucked, shoulders are back and down. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. So we try and get a little bit more out of the body every time. Inhale, look up, flatten the hands. Keep the body strong and long as you lower, elbows tucked. Transition to your up dog, chest lifting, tuck your toes into down. So your gaze, your drishti is through towards the back of the mat or up to your knees or your navel. And you're rolling your shoulders away from your ears while sounding the breath in the back of your throat. And then look up, bring those feet back to your hands. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, folding again. And inhale, reach it up. And exhale, coming back to Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Take the hands down. Inhale, lift the chest. Step or jump. Look forwards as you come down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Transition to your up dog, lifting the chest, opening the chest, tucking the toes to down. So this time, let's step the right foot forwards and lift the chest and stretch the left heel away. Now take your right hand up to the ceiling. Push the floor away. As you bring your right hand down inside of your right foot, pivot your left foot. Reach your left hand up and open up. Come back. Take the feet back to high plank. Look forwards, come down in your plank, into your up dog. Inhale, exhale, into your down dog. Now step your left foot. So get that as far forwards as you can. Stretch the back foot away. And then take your left hand up. Stretch, reach, breathe. Bring your left hand down inside your left foot, pivot your right, and take your right hand up. So again, that rotation through the mid-spine. Come back to your high plank position, look forwards. Remember, knees can come down. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog and tuck your toes through to down. So breath. Getting a bit stronger, building a bit of heat now. Starting to feel the body opening up on this Wednesday morning with the sun shining and the sky blue. So we're going to bring those feet back to your hands. You can step or jump. Look up, inhale. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, come up. Pull your thumbs and then return Tadasana. This time, let's bend the knees for Utkatasana. Inhale. And then exhale, fold again. Uttanasana. Tuck the head. Inhale, lift the chest. You can step or jump. Gaze forwards in Chaturanga, elbows tuck. Transition to your up dog. Inhale and exhale through to your down. So now we're going to pivot the left foot and step your right. We'll come up to your first warrior one. Inhaling all the way. Come back down. Exhaling, looking forward. Chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog. Exhale through to your down. You're going to pivot your right foot and step your left foot. Focusing on that good alignment. Placing hands directly under shoulders. Elbows to ribs. Lifting the chest and then setting up into down. So Mula Bandha, root lock is on. Uddiyana Bandha, abdominal lock is on. Fingers are spread. Shoulders are open. And your gaze is relaxed through either back in the mat or knees or navel. Every breath, trying to get a little bit more out. So we can step or jump. Feet to hands, look up, inhale. Exhale, fold in, tuck the head, bend the knees. Inhale. And exhale, return to Tadasana. Once again, bend the knees. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, look up. You can step or jump. Come down, Chaturanga, elbows tucked. In breath, lift your chest. Exhale to your down dog. Pivot your left foot, step your right. Come up to Virabhadrasana, one, inhaling. Follow your thumbs, come back. Try to keep that breath going. Nice and flowing breath and movement into your down dog. Pivot your right and step your left. That knee directly above the ankle. Come back down. High plank to low plank. In breath. Lift the chest, exhale down. So, should be starting to feel some heat building now in the body. That's what we want. Greater heat will allow the body to move with greater ease. Connective tissues opened up. Muscles lengthening. Using that heat to build that heat. Using that breath to build the heat. Inhale, look up, exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, reach it up, Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. So we're going to do one more round. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Tuck the head. Inhale, lift the chest, flatten the hands, step or jump. Come down, exhale. Inhale to your up dog. Exhale through to your down. Pivot your left, step your right. Come up to warrior one. Inhale. Come back down. High plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, back bending. Exhale, down dog. So we're picking up the pace here. Step the left foot forward. Reach it up. As the body warms up. Chaturanga. Inhale up and exhale down. But remember, the main focus is on your breath all the way. So finding that breath in every movement. And then trying to find an edge in your postures. Okay, always seeking to just challenge yourself. Open those shoulders, lengthening through the spine. And then bandhas on, and you can step or jump. Feet to hands, look up, inhale. Then exhale, fold, tuck the head, bend the knees. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, return to Tadasana. Hands on hips, step or jump, your feet hip distance apart. So no wider than hip. Take a deep in breath. If you want, add a little back bend by pushing the hips forwards. And then fold it down. So, first two fingers reaching for big toes. Look up on the in-breath. And then exhale, fold. So you're pulling on your toes, you're pressing on top of your fingers. You're shaking the head to release the neck. And you're shifting the weight through the feet. Breathing. From here, look up, inhale, lift the chest. Now take the hands underneath the feet, toes and wrists to meet. Inhale, look up, and then exhale, press down on top of the hands. So that's going to send those wrists in the opposite direction. Okay, so more flexion in the wrists here. Breathe, tuck the head, shift the weight, lift the sit bones. And then inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to hips, bandhas come up. Then step or jump, your feet back together. Stay with your breath as you step your right foot out. Tuck your left foot in, turn your right. Reach long with this right arm. Take it down your right leg as far as you can, either to the shin, the ankle, or to your big toe. First two fingers. Stay strong, stay stable. Most of all, breathe. Thighs are on. And then inhale, come up. So tuck your right foot, then turn your left. And then reach long with your left hand. And reach high with your right hand. And open up. And keep working to get as deep into this as you can. Okay, but don't lose the posture. And don't stick the hips out to the back. Breathe. And then come up. So we do a rotated version. So now we step the right foot out a little bit. Turn the left. Sweep the left hand down towards the right leg. Maybe to the floor. Reach the right hand up. Breathe. So your rotated version, opening up, you're strong and solid in the hips, in the thighs, and you're trying to rotate. You're trying to press either into your leg or the floor, and reach to the ceiling, come up. So step yourself into a hip distance apart with those feet, and then right hand down and left hand up. So one side maybe a little tighter than the other. So work with your breath. Okay, find a way to work on that edge, stretching to the ceiling with the fingertips of the left hand and pressing down either into your leg or the floor with your right. You're going to release from there and you're going to return to the front of your mat. Shoulders back and down, standing in Tadasana. We step out longer now for an extended side angle posture. Turn the right foot and bend the right knee. Take the right hand down to the floor if you can make it and reach up and over. And lift the ribs. If you don't like that, you could rest it on top of your thigh and lift your ribs to the ceiling. Stretch. Roll the edge of your back foot into the floor. Look up to the outstretched hand or to the side. Come up. Tuck your right foot to turn your left. And again, you could rest the left arm on top of the left thigh as you reach up and over, extend the side angle, or take the left hand down to the floor. And we're trying to get that hand down flat on the floor. Lift the ribs. Breathe. So we come up. We're going to do a rotated version. So right foot forward, and you can follow me if you want with the left knee down. Take the left elbow, tuck it round the outside of your right thigh. Press palm on palm, looking up to your right elbow. Push up off your back foot. Pivot your heel to get the heel down. Pivot the foot to get the heel down. And then open up through the neck, length of the neck, and collarbones wide. If you know what you're doing for progression, you can go for that. And then come up. Turn around. So if you want, it does help to get that positioning and alignment. Right knee can come down, right elbow around the outside as far as you can, scooping the belly in. Palm on palm, push up off the back knee, and then continue to rotate, heel down. So progression is obviously, right hand can come down outside of the left leg, keeping it engaged with that leg, and reach up and look it up and twist. Stay with your breath. Release and then return to the front of your mat. Shoulders back and down. Step it out. So we reach the arms out, we tuck the toes in, and take the hands to the hips. Mula Bandha, root lock. Uddiyana Bandha, abdominal lock. Inhale, exhale, fold. Track your hands down to the floor, shoulder distance apart between your feet. Maybe getting a little bit more length in the feet. Once you're there, inhale, lift the chest. And then fold it down. Tuck your head. And then shift the weight through the feet to lift the sit bones higher to the ceiling. Maybe taking the hands further through. Tucking the head, sit bones high and wide. Inhale, look up. Lift the chest. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale to come up. Release those arms. Turn the palms around. Interlace your fingers. Stretch those arms away. Look up. Inhale. Now fold it down. Tuck the head in. And use that breath to try and get a little bit more range in the chest and the shoulders. Breathe. Focus the breath towards the shoulders now to open up. Stay strong on the floor. Push the edges of the feet out. Bandhas come up. Inhale. And release those hands. Take them back to hips. Inhale, look up. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale, fold. Track the hands down. Now we're going to aim for either your ankles, your big toes, first two fingers, or take your hands around the outsides of your feet. Look up. Inhale. And then fold. So tuck the head, press on top of the hands, if you're there. Lift the sit bones, deepen that stretch through the adductors, inner thigh muscles, your hamstrings. Stay engaged through your core, root and abdominal lock, and maintain that Ujjayi breath. Look up, inhale. Exhale, hands to hips, inhale to come up, release the arms. Bring yourself back to Tadasana. Bring your fingertips to your elbows or take your hands up your back into inverted prayer. Press those palms together if you can. And then step out for a short posture, right foot forward, step the left foot out so you're squared up at the hips. Inhale, look up, Mula Bandha, lift the chest and draw the chest down. So you lead with your sternum. And you relax your gaze. Keep your thighs strong, but you don't lock them out. You spread your toes. And with every breath, we're trying to get a little bit deeper into that forward bend. And also remember, either fingertips to elbows or palms pressing. Bandha's coming up. Inhale. Tuck the back foot round. Square the hips. Look up, inhale, exhale, fold. Draw the belly in. And stretch it down. So, spread the toes, thighs are on. And with every breath, trying to get that spine further, longer over your front thigh. And coming up, release. And then come back to the front of your mat. Okay, so our next postures involve balance. So make sure that you're going to be safe with this one. Got plenty of room if you need the wall. Take your right knee up and take your left hand to your hip. So you can stay there, find a point to focus on, or reach for your big toe. And press. Pull on your toe, press into your finger. Stand tall on that left leg. Draw the leg back into the hip socket. Try lift a little higher near your nose, and then draw the leg out to the side. Maybe look over that left shoulder. Breathe. Come back to the center. Lift a little higher, and then try holding that leg out. Breathe. From here, bend the knee and reach for your foot. Draw the knees together. Tuck the tailbone under. Reach the left hand to the ceiling. Hinge from the hips if you want. Press the foot into the hand. Reach the fingers from the toes. Open the chest. And then return. So you're coming back to the front of your mat. Right hand on hip, left knee's coming up. Standing there, finding a point to focus on, strong on your standing leg. If you want to, first two fingers round big toe, push out. Draw the leg back to the hip socket, keep the leg lifted. Try lifting a little higher before you draw the leg out to the left. Find that balance. It's different every day. Try looking over your right shoulder. Come back to the center. Lift a little higher, knee and nose, and then hold it out. Breathe. Try to keep that leg lifted strong. Bandhas, hip flexors, and bend the knee. And reach for your left foot. So we could stay there, or we could hinge from the hips, push the foot into the hand, reach the fingers from the toes, lift the chest, and return to the front of your mat. So maybe you don't have to be on the mat for these, obviously. Maybe it's better for you to be on the floor, a bit more grounded. Obviously, if you're on carpet, it's going to be even more challenging. All right. So standing half bound is the next posture. So we take the right knee up, we reach for the foot, and now draw your foot up towards the crease of your left hip. Wrapping your right hand behind your back and see if you can bind with this left arm, or maybe further down, or maybe to your foot even. You can get your foot, maybe release your left hand. And if it feels good, fold. Whatever you're doing, be safe. Listen to your body, don't stress the knee. Most of all, stay with that Ujjayi breath. If you're standing tall, then your gaze is down and forwards. And we release. Okay. We'll try the other side. Take your left knee up. Draw it into the chest and reach for your foot. Draw your foot up towards the crease of the right hip. And then from there, wrap the left hand behind your back, gaze down and forwards. Bind with the right arm if you can, or further, or down to your foot. Get that stability first before you decide if you've reached for your foot, you can forward bend. Think strength, stability, all of that first before that flexibility. All of this done with a breath to guide you. Opening the hips, not stressing the knee. Releasing. And then returning to the front of your mat. Standing in Tadasana. Ready for warrior sequence now. Inhale, reach it up. And then exhale, folding. Tuck the head. Inhale, lift the chest so you can step or jump. Come down, elbows tucked. In breath. To your up dog, back bending, and exhale to your down. From here, look beyond the front of the mat. Bring your feet to your hands, stepping or jumping. Bend the knees. Sink the tailbone. Sink the heels. Reach the hands high. And either gaze up or gaze forwards. Pull your abdominals in. Engage your root lock. Press those palms. Drop the shoulder blades down the back. Got that opposition going on, stretching to the ceiling with the fingertips and sinking the tailbone. Inhale, stand, and then once again, fold, Uttanasana. Tuck the head. Inhale, lift the chest, flatten hands, step or jump. From Chaturanga, come to your up dog, back bend, and exhale to down. Now pivot your left foot and step your right. And come up to warrior one. So, as we did in sun salutation B, we're now going to be holding this 4 or 5 breaths. Breathe. Keeping the hands up, straighten the front leg, turn around. Set yourself up, left leg forward. So, want to square up through the hips. Shoulders, strong in the front leg, strong in the back leg. Breathe. Now we set up for warrior 2. So we split the hands and we make sure the heels are in line. So draw the right foot back, maybe go a little bit longer, and draw the chest open. Drop the shoulders down the back. And breathe. Stretch those fingertips away from one another. Tuck this left foot, turn your right, and sink down into your warrior 2, right leg forward. The last of our standing posture. Breath, so make it a good one. And then bring both hands down. If you can, taking this right foot, lifting it up. Holding it as you lower to Chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog, back bending. Take a moment. Into down. And then from here, feet come to hands. And you're back down, well, you're on the floor for the first time. Okay, a strong standing sequence. Bring the hands to your side. Push your heels away and draw your toes towards you. And as always, stay with your breath. Lots of space between your ears and your shoulders. So take an in-breath, lift the chest, and as you fold, breathe, reaching for your big toes if you can, first two fingers. If that's not happening yet, you're reaching for ankles or shins. And then draw your nose towards your toes. Pull your belly in. Breathe into the ribs. Inhale, lift the chest. Take the hands over the feet now if you can. And then pull, if not, just further. Remember that opposition, so we are pulling, and then we are sending the tailbone away. Draw the belly in, breathe. Keep those thighs on where you can. Inhale, lift the chest a little bit deeper if you can, wrapping hands around. So how far can you get those hands around the feet? Could you interlace fingers? Could you get palm on palm? Could you get wrist? Listen to your body, work with the heat, work on an edge, release. From here, either sit in Dandasana or go through your Vinyasa. Simplest way with Vinyasa, roll over the feet. High plank to low. In breath to up dog. Exhale to down. Step or jump. Sit down on the floor. So we come back to Dandasana, and now track the hands back, ready for Purva Konasana, reverse plank. So squeeze the shoulder blades towards to open the chest. Stretch the toes, wrap the thighs in, lift. And breathe. If that feels too much, bend the knees. Lift to tabletop. Breathe. Sound that breath in the back of your throat. And then come down. So if you want to do Vinyasa here, go for it. Otherwise, sitting in Dandasana and taking some breath. So from here, we're going to keep the left leg long. I'm going to draw the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Okay? And then from here, square yourself up. So as you reach up, inhale, you fold down and over this left leg. You reach for your leg or your foot. Okay, so we're open through the right hip, strong through the left leg, and breathe. Drawing that chest forwards and down, sounding the breath in the back of your throat, and breathing into your ribs. As you release, you could take it into Vinyasa, or you could take it into reverse plank, or you could sit in Dandasana and breathe. So, coming back to right leg long, left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Sit tall, reach up, and then fold down, wrapping the hands round the leg of the foot of that right leg. Breathe. Keep the thigh strong and the left leg soft and open. And most of all, find your breath. Sounding that breath in the back of your throat. Staying absorbed in your practice. Release from there and either take it into reverse plank or Dandasana or into a Vinyasa. Focus on your breath, number one. From here, we're going to keep the left leg long and we're going to draw the right heel in towards the outside of this right sit bone. Sit tall and breathe. You're going to reach your right arm inside of that leg and then wrap it around and then see if you can find the other hand. If that's not happening, you're working towards it. Draw your chest forward, or if you don't like that, you're going to sit tall and breathe. Okay, work with your breath. Draw the chest down if you can do that. Otherwise, you're holding onto your shin and breathing. So from here, we can either do vinyasa or sit in dandasana or reverse plank. I'm going to do Uttanasana. And if you do, keep that good form, keep working strongly, finding that edge, and then come back to the right leg long. Roll your left heel in and have a gap of a palm's distance between your foot and your thigh. Reach your left arm, wrap it around this leg. See if you can find the other hand or wrist or work towards, and then draw the chest forwards and get the shoulders square. You're not liking that, you're sitting tall, hugging that left knee. Breathe. Work with that ujjayi breath to find your edge. And release. From here, either Dandasana, Purvottanasana, or Vinyasa. Stay with your breath. Okay, so that was Marachyasana A. For B, we're going to take the left foot first and draw that up towards the crease of your right hip. And then from there, we're going to draw the right foot in towards the right sit bone. So the options you have here are to sit tall and hold that position. Or if you can take that heel right in, then you could probably go for a bind, wrapping your right arm around the right shin and trying to find, just as we did in A. Or if that's all too much, take the hands behind. Or you could also lie back into your figure of four stretch. Stay with your breath. And release. And either do a vinyasa or sitting in dandasana or reverse plank. So you have these options working with your body right now, listening to the body with that ujjayi breath guiding you. So Marachyasana B, with the right leg, draw the foot up towards the crease of the left hip, and then draw your left foot in. So if you got it in tight towards your left heel, if you're lucky enough to be able to do that, then maybe you could fold, wrapping left arm around left shin. Or maybe that's all too much. Hands behind. Okay, sit tall. Foreline back. Another way of doing this, obviously, is to have the back against the wall. Okay, and that gives you that support and allows you to draw the foot in further and work in stability there and focusing on the hips. It's a hip opener. So we release from there and we either do a vinyasa, we're going for that heat and strength and endurance, or opening the front of the body, as I'm doing in Purvottanasana, stretching the toes, coming back, and coming down. Okay, we're going to take the left leg long. We'll draw the right foot in. This time have the foot tight in towards the left leg. Hug your right leg, twist to your right, and draw your chest right. Open up. So maybe this is where we're going to stay, or maybe you could press against that leg, or maybe try wrapping that arm around and reaching round with the right arm and trying to find left leg strong. Breathe. And release. Once again, either vinyasa, dandasana, or purvottanasana. Stay with your breath. And then come down with the right leg long and the left heel drawn in. Okay, as tight as you can in towards that left sit bone. Sit tall, hug with your right arm. Twist round to your left. Draw the chest round. Use that breath. Maybe further, wrapping the right arm around the left leg and reaching around with the left. Whatever you're doing, work on your edge. Stay strong, stay stable, and use your breath. And come out, and once again, vinyasa, or sitting and breathing, or into reverse plank. Stay with your breath, number one. So, coming back down, find your sit bones, draw your toes in, ready for boat posture, Navasana. Bring your feet off the floor, lift your chest, reach your fingers away. So if you're able to, start extending the legs, and if you can, fully extend them and breathe. Lift the chest, pull the belly in, breathe into ribs. Now cross the leg, and if you can, hands either side and lift your body up and off the floor or work towards it. Come back with those feet. Reach again. And see if you can extend those legs, pulling the abdominals in and lifting the chest. Drop the shoulder blades down the back. Stretch the finger. Cross the legs again. Hands either side. Try to lift off. Come back, that's Talasana, scale posture. Once again, into Navasana. Find the sit bones, draw the belly in. If you can, extend away. Lift, breathe, stretch, open. Again, cross the legs. If you can, go for lift off. Straight into Vinyasa. Otherwise, sit and breathe. Okay, so we're going to come down to the floor now. Lie back and bring your knees to your chest. And then we're going to bring the heels in towards the sit bones. We're going to peel your spine up and off the floor to lift the hips. So from here, you're in that shoulder bridge. So we could interlace fingers. We could wrap the hands around the ankles. We could take the hands to the hips. Or we could take the hands to the side of the head. And push up. Keep strong in the hips. Find your breath. And then come back down. Hug your knees in. Imprint your spine and then tuck those heels in once more. Ready for a second back bend. So come up, interlace fingers, or wrap the hands around the ankles, or take the hands to the hips. It's all about strong stability with the hips, the inner thigh squeezing, or hand side of the head. And come back down. Hug those knees. So we'll try one more. At this point in the practice, the body should be nice and hot. Okay, so keep those toes slightly inverted. Lift the hips. Squeeze the inner thighs. Find your edge. Breathe, most importantly. And coming down. And hug those knees in. From here, we're going to roll up. Stretch the legs out long. Sit tall, toes towards heels away. Pull the belly and lift the chest, lift the arms, inhale. And then counter pose your back bend with a nice long forward bend. So you wrap the hands around the legs of the feet. Don't forget to engage through your root lock, Mula Bandha, and your abdominal lock, Uddiyana Bandha. And that breath, you're sounding the breath in the back of your throat, and deep, wide into the ribs. And release. So from here, either sitting in Dandasana, do a vinyasa, or a reverse plank posture. So we're going to lie back. Make sure you've got room behind you if you're going to go for plow, Halasana. So from here, if you want to not do your shoulder stand today, take your hands out to the side, palms facing up, push your heels to the ceiling. See how long you can hold that. When you've had enough, you bring your knees back down. Okay, those of us that are going to go for shoulder balance, we roll over to plow. Interlace fingers. And then come up into your shoulder balance. Fingertips towards the spine, elbows coming in. And then try taking one foot behind, reaching along with that leg to the floor if you can. Other leg to the ceiling or the sky. Change to that opposition. As you come back, try and get a little bit more height. And then both legs down into plow. If you've made it to the floor, release the hands, interlace the fingers, keep it long in the neck. If you haven't made it, keep your hands on your back. Keep that energy going through the back of the legs. And now bend the knees. Try to press your ears closed. From here, we are going to roll out. So hands on the mat, slowly roll down through your spine. And come to the floor. If you can do a lotus, you can reach for your feet here. Otherwise, take your hands underneath your thighs and use your elbows to help you lift your chest and arch your spine and tuck your head back. Pull your abdominals deep in here. This feels enough. Stay there. You can do more. Release the hands. Keep the head in that position. Reach the legs, reach the arms. Matsyasana, your fish. Full counter posture for your shoulder balance. Stay strong, especially Uddiyana Bandha here. And release. And come down. Hug the knees in. So, if you're feeling adventurous and you're feeling good, you can roll back. Or you can come up. And you could do a vinyasa here. Otherwise, just come down to hands and knees. So with your vinyasa, you bring yourself to down dog. And then come down to hands and knees. And then interlace the fingers. So you've either got the choice here, if you are feeling confident and you can do it, it's headstand, pressing the head into the hands, or I'll talk you through that preparation phase, okay? So keep the head away from the mat, keep lots of space between the ears and the shoulders as you look through between your feet, pushing the floor away. Tuck your toes and lift your hips. Walk your feet up. Push the floor away. Make sure bandhas are on, thighs are on. And most of all, you're finding that ujjayi breath. In this position, if you're able to, lift the right leg off the floor and reach it high. Push the floor away. Take that leg down. Try lifting the left leg up. Reach. So strong on the standing leg, Strong on the arms, the shoulders. If you're in your headstand, make sure that head is only lightly on the floor. Bandhas, breath. Come back down when you're ready. And rest back to child's posture. Head resting on the floor. Fingertips down by heels. Take some breath into your back. Bring those hands back forwards. And go through a vinyasa. Last time. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. And then with a lightness in the body, step or jump. And sit down on the floor to find a cross-legged position. Okay, so for you, that could be half lotus or full lotus. Could be cross legs. Could be with sitting on a block or a cushion. So get yourself comfortable, wrap your fingertips round to your elbows, take an in-breath, draw your belly in, and then exhale, fold. Draw your chest down. If that feels restricted, release the hand. Stretch them out. And then come up. Now resting your arms on top of your thighs, thumb and forefinger. Stretch the other fingers away, tuck the chin, open the collarbones. Root lock, abdominal lock. Breathe. Focusing on that Ujjayi breath now. You can either close the eyes or gaze beyond the end of the nose. If you want to try that last challenge at the end of our physical practice, Palasana again, hands either side of the hips, Mula Bandha is on, Uddiyana Bandha is on, and we try lifting the body up and off the floor. Work with a short, sharp breath in and out through the nose, or continue Ujjayi breath. Try and hold that for as long as you can. And then release. Okay, that's the end of physical practice. Lie back. Stretch out if that feels good. Taking some deeper breaths in and out. Rolling the head side to side. Releasing any tension in the neck. Make sure the neck is long when you're lying down. So if you need something underneath the head, do that. You want to be as comfortable as possible here so the body can stay still. And you're releasing bandhas, releasing Ujjayi breathing. The practice is gone. Just let the body just find release. And the breath start to come back down towards a steady state. And just feel the muscles of the face just relax. So just follow your breath. your mind wanders off, just draw it back to your breathing. So just take a deeper breath in and out. And just start to wake the body back up again. Fingers, toes, stretching out. Hug your knees in. And just roll side to side. Rolling to your right side. And when you're ready, come back round. Namaste. Well done.